Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I am Sean, stacking that money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Football.
Well,
Ready?
I'm glad to hear you still have enthusiasm for football, Ryan.
What are you talking about?
Well, you are.
Hokies lose to West Virginia and the Giants lose to the Deadskins in the same weekend. This is a once a generation occurrence. I am all in on football because I'm winning tons of money this weekend.
Yeah, I mean,
Daniel Jones first touchdown. Daniel Jones anytime touchdown. The turnover totem worked. No turnovers from Daniel Jones. Let's go. All rise. Nick Gates broke his leg walking 48 hours
later. So you're still on the all rise culture, even though special teams specialist Joe Judge had his teams go offsides.
Well, if you saw the video I tweeted out,
that's since been disputed. The NFL said there's multiple angles that show he was offside.
Well, what I would put out here right now is much like in other leagues. Like, Sean, I've gotten into Formula One. This will take 2 seconds. Then we'll get into the NFL. They make rules that are measurable. We have science. We have lasers. We could obviously make offsides a thing, right? Yep. Someone goes over that laser plane. It's offsides. In this case, I think just Dexter Lawrence, great reaction time. So
you think when Joe Judge not going to make him do laps, they're going to award him game ball? How does that work? He got the cover.
Oh, see, now you're just putting yourself into a position where your Eagles are going to get their ass kicked today.
No, I'm Ryan. I mean,
karmic energies work.
Yes.
Play your own game, Sean.
Well, let's
stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
You are rocking a Los Angeles Chargers shirt. I know you and I.
You're not an anti-Cowboy fan today?
I mean, you can let me finish a sentence. I said you and I are both on the Chargers today. We are both fans of the Chargers. However, does not look like the betting public is on the Chargers. I just got the bet splits information from Win. 18.6% of the handle is on the Chargers and only 25% of the tickets. So everyone loading up on the Cowboys. I'm showing a -3 for the Chargers right now. And bigger news than that, we are live on Twitter Spaces. So if you would like to request to talk, feel free. Hit request to talk. Fantasy questions, gambling questions. Coming off a pretty solid college football Saturday. Didn't hit my locks, but did go 9-4 against the spread. So got a little this little cash rolling from Saturday into Sunday as we get ready for kickoff. But again, your fantasy questions, your gambling questions, what any other questions, completely wide open. The lines, hop on over to Twitter at Gambling Podcast. Get your questions in. Kramer, we also have the following week 2 games have received the most action on Win Bet. Rams at Colts, that has the most action. Texans at Browns, Saints at Panthers. All seem to be the most heavily bet games.
Yeah, pretty shocked at some of the overall handle compared to the bet percentages. It does seem like we have some sides that we're going to be rooting against what the book needs as well.
And here's who the book is rooting for. The biggest liabilities for WinBet: Arizona Cardinals -3.5.
No duh.
I mean, but also have you seen
the injury report?
These Vikings players are dropping like flies. Rams -3.5. I mean, that Colts offensive line is just devastated. I mean, they're going to be Fisher's going to play, but then they're going to rotate in Matt Pryor at some point at right tackle. So it could be a complete disaster for the Colts offensive line. Then one of their other biggest liabilities, Houston Texans money line at the Cleveland Browns. Kramer, it turns out we're not the only Texans believers.
The Kramer gang is strong. I mean, look, I guess if you're going to take, this is the logic, right? This is the square sharp. Oh, they looked pretty good last week. You're telling me they're not worth taking a stab at +4, whatever you're able to get at your local book. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but it does sound to me like we should be parlaying the Vikings and the Colts and maybe sprinkling in the Titans there. Like there's some sides where I don't know if I've talked to a single person who has given me a good reason to bet on the other team. Now I was on the Vikings before the injury stuff happened.
I was on Arizona the entire time. But we got.
I don't. But I still think, like, to me, you circle that one when you're having the conversation for your, maybe it's your super contest, your Circa Millions, whatever it is. You're probably saying, you know what? We can pick another game. We don't have to get involved with this one. But in hindsight, it's going to look stupid if Arizona rolls out another 35-point win.
Kramer, we got some listener questions. Should I end all my parlays with Kansas City and Green Bay money lines? If he's loading up a mega parlay card, what's wrong with throwing Green Bay in there and Kansas City?
First time. You must like the hedge, because if you're doing that, you want to put yourself in a position where you can buy back on a money line. I don't mind, I guess, the Kansas City angle. I don't know if you're getting much juice throwing Green Bay on the end of a parlay.
Yeah.
Why not just let it end before that game?
Yeah. I mean, if you're taking an 11 point money line parlay, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, as they say here in the business, Ryan. So I would stay away from throwing Green Bay in there. I don't think it makes a ton of sense to add Green Bay in.
But I don't mind the Kansas City angle. I mean, first of all, I think Kansas City probably wins the game. We've seen Kansas City is on a nice little stretch of winning games and not necessarily covering 2-11 in their last 13. So
yeah.
They haven't exactly lost that many games in that stretch. So you can imagine, including last week. Look at them; they won. They went for 2 inexplicably to try to cover, and then they didn't cover. It's a good angle. And if we want to just quick, I think this Baltimore team is one of those teams you circle that's just devastation.
Well, and again, I am on the Steelers. Made the Steelers my lock. It's just such a juicy spot, a situational spot. A team that played 5 quarters that now has to go on the East Coast. We know John Gruden 3-8 against the spread in these 1 o'clock kickoffs. The public seems to be following my logic. They're also on it, but I'm not letting the public scare me away from that. So I mean, I love Pittsburgh today, and then Josh Jacobs, he's out. He's not a game changer, but certainly that helps.
Oh, I think that matters. I mean, I think that offense wants to give him the ball a lot. And while we didn't love him in fantasy, I think that their identity is tied to Josh Jacobs running the ball. And I think if they don't have that threat, and you're Pittsburgh's defense, it becomes a little bit easier to defend Derek Carr and Darren Waller.
Yeah, and we have Darren Waller in our high stakes fantasy league, Ryan. So I want to see Darren Waller have a big game in garbage time as Pittsburgh rolls. Kramer, we got Danny Locks checking in. Full point PPR: Claypool, Landry, or Marvin Jones.
Hard for me to not have Landry in my lineup. Landry is the ultimate forgotten guy. Beckham's not out there. He was going late in drafts. He's going for a cheaper price. He seems to have the trust of Baker Mayfield, and it maybe not the absolute ceiling, but I mean, Claypool, you can rule him out because does this game have blowout potential where they're maybe not throwing the ball all the way and it's more of a Najee Harris game? Yes. Marvin Jones is all right, but I think you're getting cute there. I'd go Jarvis Landry. Do you disagree, Sean?
No. We got breaking news, Ryan. The Twitter Spaces mic is on mute. John cannot hear. He's trying to call in.
My bad.
Okay, and we're live on Twitter Spaces.
I think we might have been live before, and I might have hit the button while I was clearing out. It just constantly tells you share with a friend. Let people know you're on Twitter Spaces. Share with a friend. So my bad.
So we're live on Twitter Spaces. If you guys want your call, if you want to call in, please request to talk.
Oh no,
we will hit your gambling questions, fantasy questions, any sort of NFL questions coming up to kick off.
Sean, do you have the I love gambling drop on the board?
I love this fucking show and I love fucking betting.
The last time we were having call-in action, that's what happened. So hopefully we can. Yeah. It's a little early, but
if you're hammered, please call in. If you're getting lit before a tailgate, please call in. Jake Payquin wanting to know, Ryan, playing Mac Jones over 251.5 on the angle that Belichick wants to show his rookie, show that his rookie is better than the Jets rookie and overall number 2 pick. 251.5. I don't mind it. I mean, I think there's other stuff I would get down on. I think the Jets defense will make this interesting. We have the Jets covering. Maybe that's a little too cute. And now we saw who is Ramondre Stevenson is inactive, and it sounds like Damian Harris may get a little bit more work, but also JJ Taylor, rookie standout, he is active.
Being reminded that Belichick hates fantasy football.
Yeah, again, why you probably don't want to start or play any New England running backs because of the shenanigans that Belichick pulls. So I would stay away from New England passing yards just because I think they want to pound the rock to set up the play action. I guess I'm not shocked if they get one or two deep ones, and maybe Nelson Aguilar is your GPP play guy. But yeah, I think there's other options.
I would play under. I think Robert Saleh is a good defensive coordinator, and I think we're going to see him against a rookie, and that's the storyline people aren't talking. We have some requests to talk.
Let's go.
All right, let's start with my guy, Hokie and Giant fan as well. So he's not doing well. All right, this is a disaster to bring someone on. All right, Terrell Furman, contributor to the sportsgamblingpodcast.com and heartbroken fan of two teams that I like as well. Terrell, what's up? What's good, brother?
I fucking love football and I fucking love gambling.
Oh, that was good. That was
yes. Let's go.
All right, what are we doing today, Terrell? Last time,
I may be not hammered. I may not be hammered, but I'm definitely hungover from Nevada sending me to an early grave yesterday.
Oh well, I was gonna say
leg of the parlay.
More importantly, though, we don't need to talk about that, Terrell. We need to talk about last time we saw you on an NFL Sunday. We were hanging out pre-show before we did our pregame, and you gave out a couple 5-team parlays that hit. So I know you're coming on the show today to give out a 5-teamer you like.
I am. I'm we're gonna do this live so people kind of see where I'm coming from when I put these things together. But I'm going. So I know everybody's on the Cardinals. I'm going Vikings plus 3.5 here, literally just to fade the public here. I think that we're putting too much stock into the Cardinals. And we talked about this last week when we were all on the Titans, that this Cardinals defense is fucking trash. Like, they are not good. And when you look at this Vikings offense and Dalvin Cook, JJ, and Adam Thielen, they can put points up too. So is it outside of the realm of possibility for this to be a shootout? I don't think so. So 3.5 just feels like a tad bit too high for me.
Like it. We were just talking about how it's the grossest game on the board.
Yeah. And then I'm going the Teddy Bridgewater angle, and that he just covers on the fucking road. He's getting 5.5 against the Jaguars, and maybe like a touchdown game, something like that. So I'm gonna take Teddy Bridgewater and the Broncos minus 5.5 as well.
All right.
And then I'm going to the over in the Cowboys game. It's the Cowboys and it's the Chargers, and it's an over. That's an automatic bet. I'm not going to think about it, but this should be well into the 60s, and it's at 54.5 right now. It's kind of been hanging around here the whole time. I think money's been coming in on the under, so I'm going to play the 54.5. Hopefully we get something off of that. Let's see here. What else do we like on the board?
that Cowboys game, to me, it reeks Tennessee, Arizona last week, where some weird shit's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right. What's the fourth one?
Let's close your eyes special with the Falcons. 12.5. It's a lot of points. It's just a lot of points, and I kind of want to do the Titans close your eyes special as well, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk it today. I'm not too worried about that. So Falcons plus 12.5 for the close your eyes special. That's the fourth leg. And then the final leg, we're going to keep it simple. I don't need no points. Just go out there and win the game. New England Patriots against a rookie quarterback, Bill Belichick, rookie quarterback, 20-6, heads up, straight up record. Just give me the money line. That puts us at a 17-1 parlay.
Oh, well, you know what? I'll tout for you, Terrell, because you're 100%, you're 1,000% this football season on 5-teamers. All right, bro. Good. Best of luck today, man.
Best of luck.
Make sure you tweet out your prop
Love
plot.
talk to you guys.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
See you.
And we will be in the chat. They're asking. We will be doing a Norm salute. I assume, Kramer, you're going to be throwing your 5-team first half parlay.
I got it ready for the end of the show.
I have a 3-team parlay I will be giving out for the early games, looking around like 9-1.
Oh, all right. Well, we got a couple more callers, then we'll get to that stuff. Quick, long-time friend of the program and heavy contributor, Mr. Jong. Thank you for letting us know we were muted.
Thank you.
What's good this morning?
What a time to be alive, fellas!
Oh
yes. Let's go. What are you looking at today?
2 nuggets for you today. Hunter Renfrow over 3.5 receptions. It's all Darren Waller, but if Darren Waller is double teamed, the next guy is Hunter Renfrow.
Like it.
Do I need to do the wide receiver stereotypes? You all know, deceptively fast, team possession receiver. over 3.5.
How dare you?
He had
John.
6 last game, so I like that.
I like it.
What else?
Second one. This is kind of like the Scott Foster NBA referee nugget. We have the NFL ref Brad Rogers. Not a lot of sample size here, but 21-7 career on the over.
Let's go.
And he is on the Houston Texans and Browns game today. And
I like that.
Sean, you said you were talking about the liability on the Houston Texans, so maybe there could be something there. Small sample size, so we can see how.
I like it though. I mean, especially reffing with the handle. I mean, I am worried. I'm looking at the split here.
John,
it seems
I love
like,
that angle.
Seems like there's a tremendous amount of people on the over, but he's an over ref. I like it. So
Maybe he's got a lot of friends.
Maybe the information's leaking out, or sharp guys.
I'm not good at math, but 21-7, 75%, right?
That's all you need. Let's go.
All right, John. Best of luck today, man.
Let it ride.
Let's go. Love it. Get people calling in over on at Gambling Podcast, Twitter Spaces. Request to chat and get in. Give us your picks, your questions. Again, we will be answering any questions you send in the chat. But call in. Come on, let's put get your voice on record. Schmitty wants to know Robbie Anderson, Ryan, sitting at plus 250 anytime touchdown.
No, you're chasing. He didn't have a lot of looks last week.
Yeah.
We kind of got fortunate with that
we're,
touchdown.
We're team Robbie Anderson. I feel like this might not be the Robbie Anderson game. I think Christian McCaffrey is actually the guy to play. And as chalky as it sounds, even in the Millie Maker lineups, I think you got to figure out a way to get Christian McCaffrey because looking at the splits, his ownership is actually pretty low because there's a bunch of good mid-range options. I think even in GPP tournament plays, you got to figure out a way to get you some shares of Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, the anytime market, you're taking McCaffrey at minus 150, and if you want to play around, you're maybe going Terrace Marshall at plus 250. He's the big bodied slot guy that college coordinator. Maybe he has a trick or two up his sleeves with how to deploy him. All right, we got Patrick Fisher.
Oh yes,
longtime friend of the program joining us. What's up? What's up, brother? Maybe.
Oh, is this me?
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Oh, hey guys. Thanks for taking my call. Listen, I just wanted to know how you guys felt about a Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, Jarvis Landry triple stack today.
I mean, Nick Chubb is in there. We had some concern that he was going to I'm sorry. That Bradley
Chubb.
Nick Chubb. I don't know if I love the stack with Chubb and I might do a Chubb Hunt stack versus a Baker Jarvis stack.
I think with that Cleveland
today,
game, you have to kind of decide, are they going to get their touchdowns in the air or on the ground? I mean, if you're going GPP tournament and you want massive upside, I think a Baker, Kareem Hunt, Landry stack, it's going to not be owned by anyone. And I think that really has the massive upside. I mean, I certainly like Chubb, but I think Chubb's ownership is going to be pretty high because everyone's going to see, Texans defense sucks.
We've also soured on Chubb a little bit this year.
Chubb always scores a touchdown and he's just not involved in the passing game. So I would look for like a Kareem Hunt, Landry, Baker stack, bring it back with either Brandon Cooks or Nico Collins. If you want to go like real full galaxy brain, I think that's the way to do it.
I think you don't overthink it. Brandon Cooks is just going to be involved, right?
No,
or maybe it's the tight end. I mean, that's that I saw Farrow make the flow chart. He's interesting. Bring it back with the way that Tyrod tends to distribute his targets.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you do Baker, Kareem Hunt, Landry, come back with Cooks, you have a ton of salary to get in your Christian McCaffreys, to get in your Alvin Kamara's, to get in even like a Noah Fant, some of these higher price guys.
I'm glad you brought this question to our attention because I do actually have a Tyrod Brandon Cooks lineup going this weekend.
Let's go
with Kareem Hunt as the bring back.
Yeah, that's really fun.
I can't imagine a ton of people are going to have a Tyrod quarterback role again. So, all right, Patrick. Thanks for calling in, man.
Right, thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Go Bills. Even though we picked
go Buffalo.
Even though we picked the Dolphins. Matthew Sadler wants to know Devonta Smith or AJ Brown in fantasy. Again, I'm rocking the Devonta Smith jersey, so people will probably think I'm biased. I think both are great starts. I think I shared it in the Slack, but the 49ers are down to their third and fourth cornerbacks. Richard Sherman, who was not on an NFL roster week 1, is starting for the 49ers.
I mean, he was on the team recently.
Okay, but he wasn't on the team at all during the preseason.
But he was recently on the team.
How recent?
Last year, a year plus.
No,
One
he didn't play on them.
years.
He didn't play on the team last year, did he?
When did he leave the 49ers?
I got to look this up, but he is not. I mean, he was in the league last year, but he wasn't.
This is a good time to remind people that AJ Brown and DK Metcalf were on the same college team at Ole Miss.
Oh, you're right.
Horrible.
He played 5 games for the 49ers last year. Okay. But come on, I mean that is a massive opportunity. But AJ Brown I like as well because the Tennessee passing offense. They're not going to be that bad.
The Niners have to get their shit together and stop staying at that resort in San Francisco. They were blaming MetLife Stadium last year for all the injuries, but it's that ghostly, haunted place in West Virginia, the Greenbrier, whatever that they stay at, that seems to destroy them every year.
Only a few minutes left in the live show. Get your questions in. We will be closing out with the Norm Salute DGen parlays. Jacob Haquin coming in with another question. Bench 1, Jacoby Myers, Javonte Williams, or Laviska Shenault.
Man. I think you got to roll with the 2 players in that Broncos Jags game. I think I'm sitting Myers down.
Yeah.
I think everyone, I mean, I understand it's fun to talk about Belichick versus a rookie quarterback. And I know Mac Jones had some plays last week,
but I just don't think this Patriots team is fantasy relevant until we can figure out if one of these running backs truly is the bell cow.
How many touchdowns did the Patriots score today?
I think 3.
I'd set the over. I mean, if the over under was 3, would you take the over?
No, but I mean, I'm on the Jets plus the points. I think this is just going to be an ugly, similar game to what we saw out of the Pats Dolphins. So I think Javonte Laviska, that has a chance to really be a shootout.
All right, we got a couple more callers, real quick.
Let's go.
Hopefully we can all understand him through the microphone. Boston Capper, what do you got for us this morning?
What's up, boys? I love Sean's Eagles, man. I got him at +3.5. And Sean, you better be right about Smith, bro. I got a couple parlays down on him. Did some player props. I got him all over fantasy. You talked me into it, man. So I'm going to hold you personally accountable.
All right. This is what I like about the show. I mean, we saw him in game 1. He looked really good, and it's a great matchup week 2. So I don't see why you should hop off him right now.
Yeah, I got Carolina, Rams, Chargers. I didn't have the balls to take the Texans or no Texans. I couldn't pull the trigger on Ryan's Tyrod. I don't know, man. This is so fucking bad. And I wanted to take Denver, but it just seems like a trap. Jacksonville's fucking terrible.
There's
it
a couple
does seem
games
like
today.
a trap.
There's a couple of games today that they're just like a veteran gambler trap city, like Arizona, like this Denver game.
The Denver game, what I'm hanging on to is the Butler, aka Teddy Bridgewater.
22-3, baby.
His record against the spread on the road is fucking insane. So I'm holding on to that. And I think this Jags team feels like they're already out on Urban. All right, give us a prediction on the Pats Jets game.
So at the last time we lost to the Jets, it was week 2 on the road against the rookie head coach and rookie quarterback with Sanchez and Rex Ryan. I'm fucking terrified of this game. I say we win by 3.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. It's
he's scared.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm fucking scared, dude. Like we got JJ Taylor back there. He didn't bench Harris. He benched Stevenson. JJ Taylor's good, man. They say he's supposed to be like Deion Lewis, but I say if he was like that, then why the fuck hasn't he been in? Why wasn't he in last week's game? Like, don't give me that.
That's a great point, Kevin. That's a great point.
Yeah, so that's it. But fucking yeah. Oh, a great prop, man, for the later games. Herbert over 307 yards passing against that fucking Dallas defense.
Coaching.
Juice is only -120. That is free fucking money.
Love it.
All right, Capper. Good luck today.
Check out Capper, Boston_Capper in the Golf Gambling Podcast. Adrian Kennedy, friend of the program, in the YouTube chat saying he's on the 2 mob sides. Dolphins +3.5 and Panthers +3.5.
So am I.
Kramer, we must be honorary paisans because we are also on
those are our dogs this week. Let's we
are also on those as well.
Should we do we have time for any more callers?
Sure. One more caller.
One more caller.
Make it quick. We're up against it.
I apologize. Next week, Twitter Space is a disaster. We'll do better next week. XFL Jim.
Oh, got to get XFL.
What
Jim
do you
up.
like today?
Oh, there we go.
All right.
I always have to go an underdog money line parlay. It's like in my blood. So this weekend, I'm on the Eagles, the Bengals, and the Dolphins. I need someone to like either hype me up or talk me off a fucking ledge.
Okay, I like Eagles and Dolphins. Bengals, I'm kind of on the Bears. The Bengals have become the cute public dog.
That's what worries me
of the NFL, and I'll give out my money line parlay because it's somewhat similar to yours. So I'm going Eagles money line, obviously Panthers money line, and I'm throwing the Bears money line in there. That pays like 960. So I think the Bears get it done. I just don't see this Bengals team being that much better. Now they're going to go on the road. I think people are down on the Bears because they got their ass kicked, but it was in Los Angeles. The Rams defensive line much better than the line they're going to be facing against Cincinnati. Some of the injuries for the Bears are breaking the right way, and it's a non-conference road spot for the Dolphins, and they're now like a massive for the Bengals, and now they're a massive public dog. That's the only one that scares me of those.
That's fair. This is less of me liking the Bengals and more of me hating Andy Dalton and the Bears.
Well, that's certainly fading Andy Dalton is a good angle. Andy Dalton revenge game. That's the only thing I'd worry about.
All right. 9:32 Pacific. Thank you for calling in XFL Jim.
You betcha.
Good,
let it ride. Check out
State Rock certified, boys.
Yeah, check out XFL Jim on Better Than Vegas. Bunch of fun videos over there.
I highly recommend. I mean, maybe my favorite content creator on the internet. Close to it. All right, a couple. You mused me into a parlay, as did Kennedy Sports, telling me the mob side. So I did a little Carolina Miami 2-team money liner. I did a Carolina Miami Chicago 3-teamer. Kind of again in that same line, and then of course what the people are waiting for, what the Kramer gang wants to know.
Let's go.
First half money line or first half parlay. 5 teams. Chicago -0.5. Houston +7.5. It's not often you get more than a touchdown in the first half. Carolina +1.5. Pittsburgh -3.5.
Ooh.
Rams -3. I think they get off to a hot start. And someone asked earlier, anytime touchdown score. What's one fun one I like? Pharaoh Brown for the Texans +450. That feels good.
Thank you for tuning in. Give us a follow on Twitter at Gambling Podcast. We will be doing the post game show on Twitter Spaces, on YouTube, taking your calls, your bad beats, what you're touting, whatever you guys want to get into. However, this NFL Sunday breaks. Good luck to everyone out there. Let's win some money for the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Go Chargers.
Kramer. Let it ride.